I can't remember the last time I've seen a game that desperately wants to be another game as much as Road Spirits does. There is so much OutRun mixed in here. A few things that are different, but almost entirely OutRun. Road Spirits technically doesn't have a plot, though there is progression. You pick out a car, pick a transmission, and then engage in 17 road races around the world. When you hit start, and between every race, you're prompted with, "Are you ready?" And if you choose no, then at the beginning of the game you can select your car and transmission, and any other time you can only change the music. This means that whichever of the 4 cars you pick, and whichever of the 3 types of transmission you select, are permanent choices. You can't change them after you start playing. Road Spirits auto-saves your progress, so if you want to change it and start a new game, well then you're back at track 1. There's no way to select which course you want to drive. If you want to run track 16, well then you're playing the 15 levels before it. Every course operates on a 4-minute time limit, and that is way more time than is necessary. I took the slowest car and the automatic transmission because I thought it would give me an opportunity to get a feel for the game before switching to something faster, and I typically had 30 to 40 seconds left on the clock when I completed the course. As for those road courses, well, they're not very good. This is mostly a hardware limitation issue, but Road Spirits can only have these big open areas with occasional things flashing by at the side. You get a few simple curves, a couple of dips up and down, and that's it. The background changes with every course, and so does one of the road signs, but there's very little sense of place. When you're driving through Death Valley, it doesn't feel any different than when you're driving in New York. When you're in Switzerland, there's no sense of being on a windy mountain road. There's just not much flavor here. And when you're forcing players to go through every single one of your 17 courses, they really need to vary things up a bit. Maybe the best thing about Road Spirits is its weirdly extensive soundtrack. There's 10 different songs for you to choose from, and they cover an enormous range of styles. You want rock? They've got it. A love song? Sure, why not? Some kind of pop polka? Okay, they've got that too. Road Spirits has a very distinctive soundtrack. That's kind of what you want for a driving game. Another quirky feature here is after every race, you get to see your time and the best time, and then you get a picture of a woman hanging out in a digitized photo of the location that you raced. As for the racing, button 1 accelerates, button 2 brakes, up and down shift, just as you'd expect. I tried all 4 cars, and I did not notice a difference in top speed or handling among them, despite the different statistics for them given on the car selection screen. All of the cars cap out at 300 kilometers per hour. When I used the 5-gear transmission, I found that engine braking was almost instantaneous. You throw it from 5th to 4th while you're going around a curve, and you get control back as the speed drops in a blink. You can spin out if you go too fast around a corner, and there does seem to be a bit of variability in how hard you can push that. Sometimes I spun out after just a couple of seconds, and then other times I squealed my whole way around. Ramming into an object at the side of the road will cause you to stop, but ramming cars doesn't. It just drops your speed a little bit. So you don't need to be afraid of bullying your way through traffic. And that's all there is to Road Spirits. It's a straightforward racing game. Japanese players don't seem to be especially fond of this one. I found one blogger who said they were annoyed to have played it. Quite a few people commenting on how boring it is. And of course, the only nice thing people had to say about the game was that the music is good. Now, I'm not totally hostile to Road Spirits. It's pretty far from the worst racing game that I've had to play. But it is a very meh kind of game. I can think of a dozen small improvements that would make this a much better experience. Being able to select your track, actual variation in the cars, better terrain, an additional 10 music tracks because they were doing such a good job with it, some variation in track length, racing that actually challenged you instead of just let you walk through the game. The flaws in Road Spirits aren't enough to make me say it's a bad game. But if you never played it, well, you're not missing out. Just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube.